Right, amazing. So thank you so much for being here for this workshop about how to awaken your sexuality with Tantra. How can Tantra help you awaken your sexuality and your sexual energy, to be more precise, because there is a big difference that we are going to see today. And this is a talk, and I will do a presentation. I want you to write down all the questions that you have so that at the moment where we're going to do a Q&A, you can ask your questions and I can answer you and we can have like a discussion about it. This is a topic very dear to my heart because I first want to start to share the story of how I got into Tantra, because it's very linked to the topic of today. I was already very curious about Tantra many years ago, 12, 13 years ago. And I went full on into my tantric journey in 2018, where I was in a space in my life where I was facing a strong sexual blockage. What do I mean by that? Is that I've been living in Japan. If you have read my blog about my life in Japan, I've been living in Japan and I was really disconnected from my sexuality over there because because it's Japan. Because it's Japan and because people are not fully embodying in their emotion, in their sexuality. And I had a huge sexual disconnect where I had completely blocked out my sexual energy, because me feeling my sexual energy was too painful, because there were no space for expression to it. So I block it. I block my energy, for my sexual energy, for about 4 years. And then I met someone. I met a life partner. And obviously, when you're in a relationship, you want to awaken this energy, because what makes a difference between a romantic partner and a friend, it's really how you express your sexual energy with one another. So I thought I have to do some things about my sexual energy. I have to awaken it so that it can be expressed in this romantic relationship. And the solution that was presenting myself, like what presenting itself to me, was Tantra. I thought, whoa, okay. I did my research. I checked online, and I read so many articles about how Tantra can awaken your sexual energy, a little bit like the articles that I'm writing right now. And so I went to a tantric school for about 3 months in Ecuador. I put my job aside at that time, and I went with my ex-fiancé. He's my ex, but at that time, like, we were really committing to reawaken my sexual energy to this school in Ecuador. And once we arrived in this tantric school in Ecuador, very excited and looking forward to awaken my sexual energy with Tantra, then the master of the school laughed at me when she heard my expectation about Tantra. And she looked at me and she said, "Oh dear, you have no idea what Tantra is about. If you think that Tantra is going to be a magic tool that, oops, you do that and boom, your sexual energy is going to awaken all of a sudden, you are wrong." But I had committed myself for 3 months in this school, and I was really looking for a solution. So does Tantra help awaken sexual energy? Yes, It's still a yes. But it is way different. The way it happens is so different to just some magic tools, that easy magic tools and practices that will help you awaken your sexual energy. Tantra will only help you awaken your sexual energy by strengthening your connection with yourself, by making you come more into your body and connecting to your body and your body sensation and your emotions. And that has nothing to do with sexuality. That has nothing to do with sexual energy. But the byproduct of it is just that it will help you awaken your sexual energy, but it is not the first and main goal. So that's something that I really need to tell. So yes, after 3 months in this tantric school and doing very intensive practice from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. that had nothing to do with sexuality, at the end of these 3 months, my sexual energy came back because I had this connection with my body and myself. So that's my story of how I started into Tantra and how it is related to today's topic, helping awaken sexual energy. The other things that I need to mention is that, yes, Tantra, like these 3 months of training, helped me reconnect, awaken my sexual energy, but then I needed to balance it because, it's imagine like a closed door. I'm going to use image, a closed door. You open the door, then of course the door is super open, but you don't want to let the door open. You really want to be able to close the door when you want and when needed. And to choose when you want to awaken your sexual energy. So there is this second step that's coming, awakening sexual energy, but also managing this energy. Otherwise, you get electrocuted. Do we say that? Like you have like an electric shock, and then boom, like it's too much that you can handle. So it's super important to be able to awaken, but then to have a switch so that you can, decide when you turn this energy on or you turn it off. So one thing also is when I work with people as a Tantra facilitator or coach, there is a big differences when it's men or women reaching out to me to do this work to awaken the sexual energy. Very often, when women reach out to me to work on this topic, it's because there have been a story of sexual abuse or a strong sexual blockage that caused by sexual abuse. And or sexual trauma, and that what caused the sexual energy to go dormant. So we are working more into trauma healing so that it can lead to awakening sexual energy again. And when men comes to work with me, it is really performance oriented, outcome oriented. They want to become greater lover, better lover, having better orgasm, making the woman shaking up. So it's always about the performance, what they can do to the other person, so that in somehow, some way, their ego is flattered. It's never really to heal themselves. It's more to have a prize or a label here saying, I'm a great lover. And Tantra is not about that. Tantra is not about that. So I want to say for anybody's listening today that if your goal is to awaken your sexual energy so that you can become a better lover and impress the woman. Tantra is not going to help you with that, because this is the opposite of what Tantra is, the goal of Tantra. So right now, I am mainly working with men, and I help them really bringing awareness and consciousness into the way they connect with their sexuality. I help them doing some sexual shadow work so that they get out of this performance-oriented mindset and come back to their body and really use Tantra for what it is. It's a spiritual practice that helps you strengthen your relationship with yourself and the world around you, but that is not outcome-oriented. It is presence-oriented. And in full presence, you accept anything that it is there, no matter what is your desired outcome. You're just a witness of what is there and what it is around, and very detached of the outcome. What is sexual energy? What does it mean? When I talk about sexual energy, what does it mean? And maybe I want to ask you the question, if you have an idea, you can unmute yourself and share with me, or you can comment. What is sexual energy? How do you define sexual energy? I'm going to give you some time to think about it. And whenever you're ready, you can unmute yourself. Okay, I'm unmuting you. Oh, can you unmute yourself? Perfect.
You're asking me right now?
Yes, I'm asking you right now.
It's a lot of information. I don't know, I just thought before, if you are better with yourself, you are better with other people.
But what is sexual energy? What is sexual energy?
Sexual. I don't know right now.
Okay, that's okay. So I'm going to answer this question. A sexual energy is our life force energy. This is the energy that can create life on Earth. And we all have this energy within us at the moment that we are alive. If we are alive, we have this sexual energy within us. No matter how old we are, we have this energy. It's a vital force energy that has the power to create life. Sexual energy is mainly produced, gathered around the second chakra, which is around the genitals. But if this energy just stays there, it's pointless. The work of Tantra is to really connect with this energy that is located here and make it move through the body, so that we can give this life force energy to any other area of our body. We can direct this life force energy to our brain, to our heart, to our throat, to the rest of our body, to our hearts. So awakening sexual energy is to awakening the life force energies, to become more alive, more present. And life force energy, when we think about life, it's also about creation. So it's a creative energy. It's creation of life, but creation of other things, like being creative. So sexual energy is all of that, life creation. And again, we want to be able to express this energy. My second question is, what does it mean to awaken? When I use the word awaken, the sexual energy, what do we mean by that? Awakening sexual energy. And same, if you have an idea, you can unmute yourself and answer this question or comment. But if you don't know, that's fine. You can unmute yourself, otherwise I'm not hearing you. Can you unmute yourself? Okay, great.
It isn't that I don't have an idea, but it's too much in the moment.
Okay,
But
that's
in
perfectly fine.
combination with life energy to awaken the energy. Yeah, good question.
Okay. So to awaken this life force energy, when we word awaken, that means that the energy is sleeping. Because awaken, you want to wake up some things that it is sleeping. So when we say awakening the sexual energy, that means that this energy is within us naturally, no matter how old we are, who we are, it's there, but it can stay dormant in our body. And so we want to wake it up. In the same way that you will wake up someone, what do you do to wake up someone? You either use sound, you either use movement, you shake them up. And so it's either involve like movement or sound. If there is no movement and you just want to use the breath, you can like breathe into someone's ears when they are sleeping or put some wind and maybe they will wake up. That's the same with the sexual energy, to awaken it. So that means when we say awaken sexual energy, first, it is present, it is dormant. And sometimes it is dormant, but it is also blocked. After sexual abuse or trauma, this energy is here, but it's closed. It's really like it's hibernating, or I don't know how to say that. It's like as in winter when the bear are in the cave, it's sleeping. But yes, after sexual trauma, the energy can be there, but really completely blocked. So we are also talking about unblocking this energy. And why should we or should we not awaken this sexual energy? There is not such a thing that we should or we shouldn't. It is really a free will to decide what we want to do with this energy. If we want to awaken it, that's my goal, my role, to support you in awakening this energy. If you don't want to awakening, that's totally fine. I blocked this energy for 4 years for survival reason, before I went into the tantric path to do the work to awaken it. And that doesn't mean that something was wrong with me or it's wrong. But of course, it does have consequences on the body. So why it is good to reconnect with this energy and to awaken it? As we said, you have more life force energy, so you are more creative, you feel more alive, you feel more present, you feel more productive also. You are more connected to this human experience. Why some people are choosing not to awaken this life force energy? Because they want to preserve, they want to go inward. They want to protect themselves. They want to maybe just connect with what is inside. But then there is, when you connect with what is inside and you dissociate with one part of yourself, which is your sexual energy, then, it's a little bit, sadly, it's a little bit, and we have just one more person, sorry, joining us. Hi, Will. Welcome,
Sorry.
welcome. No problem. I'm going to mute you and I'm going to keep talking. And I just want to mention that this is recorded. And if you have any questions, I will keep them for the Q&A. And just as a recap of what we were talking, I shared my story of how I entered into Tantra and how it is related about today's topic, which is how does Tantra help you awaken your sexual energy? What is the difference between men and women when they do the work to awaken their sexual energy? And you can watch the recording so that you can have the answer to this question. We also talk about what sexual energy means. And right now, and what does it mean to awaken the sexual energy? And right now we are talking about why should we awaken the sexual energy or why we shouldn't. So yes, and it's lovely to see you. I'm excited, happy to have you here. So yes, we definitely want to. There is no right or wrong. There is no you should or you shouldn't. This is the choice that belongs to you, and whatever choice that you take about your sexual energy is perfect. If you decide that you want to awaken your sexual energy, and if you're listening to this talk, if you're here today, it's probably because you want to awaken this sexual energy. Then it's the benefit from it is that you become so much more present with yourself, with all part of yourself. But also you can become more connected. When you become more connected with yourself, you become more connected with others. And you become more connected with life itself, with life force energy, with creativity, with all the possibilities that life gives you. So yes, there is a lot of advantage to awaken this sexual energy. So any question until there before we move into how Tantra help you awaken your sexual energy? Feel free to ask any question if you have some. And you can unmute yourself if you, otherwise I cannot hear you.
I'm good. I don't have any particular question. I'm good just to see where you
Perfect.
go with the conversation.
Super. Thank you, Bill. How about you, Rainer? Do you have any question?
Maybe just one. How was it, or how was your experience or connection with yourself when you opened the door?
That's a
Or
good question.
what was the first, let me guess the word, the first transformations or first things you recognize are changing?
Yeah. That's I like this question. Thank you so much for asking it. So when I awakened my sexual energy after 4 years of blockade, it was during a Kundalini yoga practice. And that's a technique that I will share with you later. And I had this Kundalini awakening the first time that I did Kundalini yoga. And I did Kundalini yoga for 4 hours straight of exercise. So it was very intense. It has nothing to do with a Kundalini yoga class where you will go for 1 hour. You cannot expect to have a Kundalini awakening. I have to say, Kundalini energy is the same things as sexual energy. is the same things as life force energy. So in Sanskrit, we use the words Kundalini energy to talk about the sexual energy. So you cannot expect to awaken your Kundalini energy, sexual energy, life force energy after just 1 hour of Kundalini yoga. But after 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours of Kundalini yoga, with the intention of awakening this energy, my first transformation is, it's as if I had taken something, drugs or anything, I don't know, and I was in another alternate state of consciousness where life looked so different, so much more beautiful. All these emotions came. I was crying, I was shaking, crying, shaking, perceiving my environment so much different. And I remember going and seeing my partner at that time and crying and saying, how didn't know that life and the earth is so beautiful. This is just beautiful. Life is so beautiful. Life is perfect. Life is amazing. So by awakening your sexual energy, you perceive your environment in a different way. Then within yourself is just flowing. There is this state of huge happiness that is here, where anything seems possible. Anything seems at you can manifest, you can create anything. So a lot of emotion, and I welcomed all of this emotion because this is what I wanted. I wanted to reconnect with myself. But for some people, when they awaken the sexual energy after a blockade, it can be very, very, very confusing and very disturbing and very grounding, at the opposite of me, where I felt very grounded. And it can, because yeah, it's as if you're taking, the red of the blue pill and of the matrix, and then you start seeing everything, the reality, in a different way. Some people can, it can be hard for some people. So it's all about, how do you welcome this new reality? Do you welcome it with resistance, with shock, or with appreciation? So the intention is super important, to welcome everything that is coming with appreciation, but with understanding that don't use your brain, just use your body. Because the brain will try to make sense and it will make no sense. This is all about the body, because sexual energy is about the body. It's not about the brain. This is why I was saying at the beginning of this call, Bill, that a lot of men, when they come to work with me, they come with a performance-oriented mindset. They want to awaken the sexual energy so that they can become better lover and fulfill their ego, but it's in the mind. It's in the mind. While you really want to be in your body and feeling the body and being connected to the body, no matter the outcome, no matter if, like, what the other person is going to think of you, or what you're going to think of yourself. Awakening the sexual energy is not performance oriented. It's really how to be present with yourself, be fully engaging with life, and fully connecting with life, no matter what the other person will say about you or what you say about yourself. That's what, I hope I answered, Rainer, your question. A new perception of reality. Okay, so I want to move forward with how Tantra can help you awaken sexual energy. It only helps you awaken your sexual energy by helping you strengthening your connection with yourself, reinforcing your connection with yourself. What is yourself? What are you made of? Several layers. There is several layers. First, you are a physical being. So it's reinforce your relationship with your body, with your physical body. You're also an emotional being. We are human emotional being, and sometimes men forget about that or they block the emotion. So it will make you more connected to your emotion. And this is where it can become a little bit triggering for those who are not comfortable with emotions. So it will make you feeling emotions more deeply, meaning feeling sadness more deeply, or feeling joy more deeply, feeling bliss more deeply, but feeling anger more deeply, all the range of emotions. So it will also help you awaken your mental energy, the mental plane, being more connected to your mental. So paying attention to all of your thoughts and and this is where it becomes a little bit more complicated, because then the thoughts, the mind, the brain observing itself working is like, oh my God, I'm thinking right now, but I'm thinking about that, but should I be thinking about that? But no, I should, but when you awaken the sexual energy, you're more connected to your thoughts, you pay more attention to them. And this is when you always have to come back to the other layers, which is the body and the emotion. It also helps you awaken, so being more connected spiritually. And spiritually, what does that mean? Maybe I don't know about you or anybody who is listening to that. Maybe you don't believe in a higher power or higher force, but when you awaken your sexual energy, when you really know that you have awakened your sexual energy, you perceive things that is beyond your own body. You perceive life force energy around you, and that's what I call spirituality, and that's what Tantra is about. It's a spiritual path that helps you feeling the space that it is in front of you or beyond you, like around you. So when you awaken your sexual energy, you are more connected. We use practice that help you awaken your physical body, your emotional body, your mental, intellectual body, and your spiritual body. The tools are, and before I go to the tools, you will know the difference between a good Tantra teacher and a kind of a fake Western neo Tantra teacher, where they will only focus on the body, on the physical body. And they will put the emotion aside and the intellect aside and spiritual aspect aside. Then this is not Tantra. This is not how Tantra is practiced in the classical traditional way. So this is how you can also select your the facilitator, the person who is going to guide you through this practice. In classical Tantra, what do we use to connect yourself with your sexual energy in all of these planes of existence? We start with the body. So we start with yoga. Yoga is a practice of Tantra. Yoga originates from Tantra. And yoga, when we talk about Tantra yoga, there is two types of Tantra yoga. There is Kundalini yoga that I shared about, which is a series of movement, very active most of the time, that you repeat over and over and over again, going from the lower chakra to the top chakra for a certain period of time until you come. Then, are we still connected? Did I lose connection? No, you're still here. Okay. Then we have
It was a short
disconnection.
short disconnection.
Okay. Yeah. I was sharing about Kundalini yoga, how Kundalini yoga is very active, and you bring this energy from the bottom to the top, but in a way as if you had you were making a cocktail and you shake up the cocktail and then you mix everything and then you have your cocktail. I'm not a teacher of Kundalini yoga, but I use Kundalini yoga's asanas in positions in my practice. But I'm a teacher of Kaula Tantra yoga. And at the opposite of Kundalini yoga, both Kundalini yoga, Kaula Tantra yoga, they are both practices where you have to do at least 2-3 hours minimum. Kaula Tantra yoga is a very slow practice, a sort of meditation and movement, very slow. So not everybody has the patience to go through 3 hours of very slow movement. But same as Kundalini, you start awakening the lower body chakra, and you move it up. But it tests your patience. It connects you to your thoughts. What are you thinking during all this very slow movement? Can you find relaxation? Can you find acceptance? Can you pay attention to what is happening in your body? Are you really listening to what's happening in your body? So it works also on all the plane of existence, your physical body, because when you hold a position for 5 minutes and it's super painful, how do you find comfort in the discomfort? And how do you let the energy flow through the discomfort? Because when we block the sexual energy, it's because it's uncomfortable to let it flow. So we block it. But there we want to learn to have a practice of being comfortable in the discomfort, finding ease in the pain, easing the pain. And there is something magical when you do Kaula Tantra yoga, is that 3 hours looks like 30 minutes. And most of the time people are super surprised by themselves because they're like, wow, I can't believe I had all of this fear to go through 3 hours of yoga that it is so slow, but I was able to enjoy, to relax. There is other people who pain is there. They pay more attention to the pain because they never noticed the pain, but the pain was there, wanted to be expressed. But when they go through several classes, then the pain ease and the sexual energy starts flowing again on all the layers. At the Tantra school where I was for 3 months, we would do like 8 hours of Tantra yoga every day. Every day. Can you imagine that? 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the afternoon. After 3 months, you are transformed. You are transformed. I don't tell you to do 8 hours a day, but I tell you like to challenge yourself to do at least 1 session a week with consistency until you can move through the pain and reconnect with the sexual energy. And some people will give up just when they start feeling something, because we are so talented into blocking things, but when it comes to unblock it, we need courage for that, facing the fear, facing the discomfort. So yoga is one practice of Tantra to awaken sexual energy. Breath work is a second practice. Even in classical Tantra yoga in initiation, we use breathwork, pranayama, which is breathing exercise, so that we can let the energy flow from one, how do you call that? Narine in France? I don't know, like one side of the nose to the nostril. You let it flow, this energy, and you let it flow from the body, and you pay attention to where you are breathing from. Are you breathing from the chest? If you breathe from the chest, you're holding tension. When you look at a baby, the way they breathe from the belly. That means they are relaxed. This is the belly who is inflating and deflating. But as adults, we start breathing from the chest. So breath work, where we breathe from the belly, from the lower body, closer to where the second chakra is, where the sexual energy is stored. Then we can move it to the top and we can relax the whole body. Rainer, you had a question? This is why you unmuted
Yeah,
yourself? Yes.
funny you said that because I watched a yoga video in Austrian TV 1 or 2 weeks ago, and the guy also was breathing through one side of his nose.
Yeah. It's called pranayama.
Like making a circle, breathing
Exactly.
circle.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. There is different, thank you for sharing. There is different type of breath work. In Tantra, you have this breath work. The base is to learn how to breathe from the belly. That's the base. Once you know how to do that, you can activate the sexual energy, the life force energy with what we call breath of fire. It's very active breathing from the belly always. And then that's warm up the body and that's bring this energy to the top, to the top, to the top. So, but you still need to know the base of this breath work. And we use that in classical Tantra, also in rituals, in Tantric rituals. So, the yoga, breath work. To awaken the sexual energy, let's talk for men first. There is this practice called semen retention. This can be challenging practice for men. So men are used to, when they feel this energy, this sexual energy, they are used to act on it, right? This is why I said men are performance oriented. And they used to act on it so they can release the pressure of this sexual energy. So they are aware that the sexual is there, and men will act on it to release this pressure because they think this is the only way to manage this energy. But when you release this pressure through masturbation or through sex, that leads to ejaculation, they are losing this sexual energy. They're losing the life force energy, and they go through life at the age having less and less of this energy because they release it very too often during their lifetime. But there is this practice called semen retention, which is you can still feel this sexual energy, but you don't have to release it. And this is when I hear so many men saying, oh, if I do that, it will hurt. It's not comfortable. I get it. It's not comfortable at all. But it is not impossible to really stay with this energy, not acting on it, because same as Tantra yoga, you find comfort in the discomfort. The discomfort is. There are several men around me who practice semen retention, especially in the Tantra field. They can do it because they are very intentional, because they know they can do it. It's all a matter of willpower and intention. And they don't die. They don't die with blue balls. They don't, like, the blue balls didn't explode. Sorry, I'm talking very crudely right now. But they're alive and they are full of energy, and they use this energy in other areas in their life, and they are so, so, so powerful. I will talk more about that after. So it's all a matter of intention. And when you can sit with this energy within you without acting on it to release it, and having a journal practice so that you can journal how you're feeling in the moment, then you are awakening your sexual energy. You are building it up, and you can reuse it in other area of your life. I want to share also for women how they can awaken their sexual energy. They can awaken this sexual energy by really reconnecting with their body. And at the opposite of men are used to release this sexual tension that is building up. Women need to learn to build up this sexual tension. And that involves self-pleasure ritual. That doesn't need to lead to an orgasm, but to explore the body and try to waken up this energy by also, touching more themselves. So I would say to men, don't touch yourself, feel it, feel the energy, but don't touch yourself. Don't release this energy, while the opposite, woman, explore more of your body so that you can building up this energy. You don't have to release this energy. You can just build it up. Now, a question that I often hear is that, okay, when I have all of this energy, this is horrible. I cannot focus on work. I cannot do, it's great. Like I need to do some things about it, because then my mind is like looking at all the girls and I don't know what to do. Be very intentional. You have awakened this sexual energy. You have building up in your body. Move it through your body through breath work. Move it through your body with visualization, like being very intentional, like when you visualize. Visualize it, how you can use this energy that is a creative energy into other area of your life. You can put all this energy into a work project, into your relationship, nurturing your relationship, into a hobby, into something creative. Or you can release the steam by going to the gym. And Napoleon Hill, who wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, talk about that. He doesn't use the word Tantra. He talk about transmuting this sexual energy so that you can grow rich. Like if you want to use it to manifest money, for example, this is some things. You use this energy, this creative energy, into other area in your life. But you awaken it, you're building up, and then you have a reservoir, like a container full of this sexual energy that you can use in other area in your life. So semen retention is a great way to awaken the sexual energy and to let it building up. And then again, meditation for visualization, how you want to use this energy. And the goal is to sit with this energy without looking for performance or to act on it. That's what is Tantra. If someone will tell you have this energy and you can have like 100% better orgasm, yes, that's true, you can. But that's not what Tantra is. Tantra is not, let's build up this energy so that you can have like so much powerful orgasm, because then it becomes performance oriented. It's just a byproduct, but we are not looking of the product of the end result. We're really looking into the process. We want to enjoy the process again. In my work as a Tantra teacher, I help you with all of these different aspects. I guide you through Tantra yoga. I guide you through breathwork. I guide you through being your accountability partner in your practice of semen retention or self-pleasure for women. And visualization so that you can really manage this area, into this energy into other area in your life. That's my role as a tantric coach. So yes, I just want to say that I support people in doing this work into awakening sexual energy. Any question? Any question? Oh, you're muted, Rainer.
No, not really a question in the moment. I was listening. It was very interesting, but I do semen retention also from time to time. So
From time to time, so not consistently. Have you
not
ever tried like
consistently.
a practice of several months, if not years?
No.
Uh-huh. Because that doesn't mean that you cannot be sexually active. That just means that you don't release this energy.
Sorry,
So
once again.
it doesn't mean that you don't have to be sexually active. It just means that you don't release the energy.
Yeah.
You can
Sure.
still be sexually active but not releasing this energy. And yes, it takes dedication and time and intention and keeping in mind why you're doing that, just to have more of this sexual energy, this life force energy, and being fully present and exploring even more, being more connected to yourself and to others. So that's the why.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Any other question or?
The moment. No,
Okay.
not me in the moment.
Okay. Well, yes. Don't hesitate later if you have questions to comment.
Yeah, or maybe next time.
Yes.
Sometimes I have to think
Okay.
about a few days
Yes.
about.
Yeah, I know that I shared a lot of information today, but this is a talk, right? This is not a workshop today. We will have workshop. We have this talk today about how does Tantra help awaken sexual energy. In 2 weeks from now, we have another talk about transforming love, how to turn your relationship into a tantric relationship, and what does that mean? And then in February, we have workshop. We have a workshop to release the aura and the energy of the aura of past lovers that you still hold within you, and to cleanse your sexual energy. That's another thing that we need to do: energetical cleansing, take energetical shower to cleanse our body from the sexual energy of other people, because the sexual energy is energy that it is exchanged to. And you give some of your energy to others, and you receive some of your energy from others. Women receive it more than they give. They receive it more than men. But we want to cleanse that so that we go back into our own energy. That will be a workshop on the 14th of February. And then we have another workshop about embodying conscious masculine and feminine energy. Tantra is all about energy that is within us. Sexual energy is one energy. Masculine energy, feminine energy. I'm not going to define what it is right now. I will define it in the workshop related to that. Our energies that are in our body, no matter our gender. Breathing energy is within our body. We have so much energy here. And the goal of Tantra, the role of Tantra, is to bring consciousness to this energy, this whole universe that is inside our body. We often look outside and try to find solution outside, where our body is a whole universe with so many things to explore. Instead of going to try explore planet Mars or Jupiter or whatever, Venus, let's explore the old planets that are within our body and understand that self-exploration. That's what Tantra is. So that's and that open doors of other consciousness, other world, such as there is other world on those planets. planet Mars. Like there is other world here within us that we need to explore. That is our goal to explore when we are curious about that. Since there is no question, we are going to end a little bit earlier today. Rather than 90 minutes, we have like 60 minutes, but I still want to introduce my program before we finish. So I'm going just to share my screen so that you can have a look at my program. Let's wait for the page to, okay. And so, does that work? I don't know if you can see. So I'm Hakima Tantrika, and my main goal is to really help conscious men achieve empowered intimacy and fulfilling relationship. When I say about conscious men, it's men who has already done work of yoga, meditation, maybe Tantra. So they already have like a basic knowledge of what it is. And they are not there coming from a place of, I don't understand. It is very important for me to work with conscious men because there is so much unconscious behavior in our sexuality that leads men to act on their sexuality in a very unhealthy way. And I don't work with men who act on their sexuality, who want to find ways to act on this sexuality on a healthy way, only for those who want to get empowered and better understand their sexuality. That will help them have thriving and fulfilling intimacy. And so during a personal guidance session, during when we work together, I help men, conscious men, reconnect with, I help you reconnect with your primal masculine energy so that you can find renewed interest in sex. I have noticed a lot of men who lose with time, with age, the interest into sex. And either because they disconnected from themselves or they are in a partnership where the partner is not interested in sex anymore and they don't feel respected by the partner anymore. So I really help you reconnect with your primal masculine energy so that you can renew your interest in sex and regain your own respect and the respect from others. I also help you understand women, their mind, their body, how we work, so that you can have more fulfilling relationship and a satisfying sex life. Because when you connect with your own feminine energy within your body, as I said, we all both hold feminine, masculine energy. When we reconnect with this own energy that is already present, then we can better understand women and attract them and have a better fulfilling relationship and satisfying sex life for heterosexual couple. And then I also guide you and help you to shift from the mind to the body, everything that I mentioned, so that you can master ejaculation control, so semen retention, and that leads you to have full body orgasm. This is my mission, to really help conscious men having fulfilling relationship and satisfying sexuality. And you can go on my website and look at the comment of the people who worked with me before, learn a little bit more about myself and book your free consultation. A free consultation, sorry. It's after you've discovered about my work and you're sure that you want to work with me and you want to have your final questions answered, then you can book your consultation, which is the pre-enrollment call. But you need to be sure to be wanted to work with me. It's not a free course. It's the final step before working with me. And you can head to my blog when you will learn a lot about Tantra. And there is a lot of resource in this blog and in my other blogs, which is on Medium and on Substack. This is my mission. I take my mission very seriously. I am passionate about this topic because I really want to help men better connect with themselves and with women. I really want to see ending the pain and the sufferings that come from unfulfilling relationship and dissatisfying sexuality, because I've been there and it's so painful. And I don't want anybody to have this pain, to feel this pain. So if I have the tools, if I went into this 10 plus years life journey into learning the tools, going to Ecuador, to India, and I have them, I want to share them with you in a very more practical way, intensive way, so that you can apply them in your life and breathe and ease and enjoy life and enjoy all the possibility of life. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this talk about how to awaken sexual energy. I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next talk or in the book club or working one-on-one together. And thank you so much for being here. And if you have any question, you can, always reach out to me by email. And I'll be very happy to answer. Any question to end? Any things you want to say, Rina, before we close this talk?
Was very interesting. Bye.
It was very interesting. Mm-hmm.
I have to think about it now.
Yeah.
I knew some things already. I heard some things already, but yeah.
Yeah. It's about practice. It's about practice. Right now, I just introduce the theory. The whole works come with the practice. See, let's detach from the brain, from the mind, to go back into the body and embodying and practicing that. So, like, my talk is useless if there is no practice that follow it. So I hope that you go ahead and you practice, and if you need guidance, I'm here. So great.
Life is practice.
Yes, exactly. Life is action. Life is not just thinking. Life is body. Life is yes. Thank you, and talk to you very soon. See you again very soon. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.